Оп. Пепе. Извиняюсь. Я первый раз понял. Вот у меня ниже. У меня ниже. Я первый раз понял. Вот у меня ниже. У меня ниже.
Groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. On television, I couldn't think, couldn't focus. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else.
Теперь можно.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you, so sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good. This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically. I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me. Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head.
But I can't
I dug my
do it
nails
by
into the
myself.
palms of my hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike. Ooh,
It's
yeah.
trash, of course, but it does involve
Get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done.
То я думаю, уж совсем один остался.
Lifestyle has left its mark.
Нет, так не пойдет. Извиняюсь, Алан, но придется пока прерваться. Питание барахлит. Я пойду проверю. Мы вскоре продолжим. Между тем, когда будете в силах, верните свою комнату и попробуйте поработать. Так будет лучше всего. Согласны? Хотел бы я раздолбать эту башку молотом. А он был бы рад выведать наши тайны, но не знает, как подступиться. Он недостаточно чокнутый, не такой чокнутый, как мы, сынок. Ага. Быть чокнутым — это обязательное условие, сынок. Кто еще может понять этот мир, когда мир сходит с ума? Чтобы распознать безумие, надо самому усмехнуться. Это самое разумное, что я слышал в последнее время. Ха-ха-ха, разумное. А ты чего? Ничего, парень, он ничего, правда, братишка. Надо ему в ферму сходить. Ферма Андерсонов, Вальхалла. Мы все записали, чтобы не забыть. Ускоренный курс по вправлению мозгов. Найдешь послание, все поймешь. Держи, сынок, это тебе. Уж доставила мне эта штука хлопот, но я ее таки спрятал, этих мерзавцев.
My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you?
Yeah, no.
We
Sorry,
have a
guys.
stash of the special stuff at the farm. Our own formula. Local ingredients. Medicine clears your head right up. Makes you remember like moonbeams on the brain.
Oh, I just noticed. Leather patches on the elbows? That's not very rock and roll.
Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too, the damn witch.
She used us all. Taken from all of us. Took my thunder, the witch.
And my ravens, what were they? Memory and thought, the hag.
She took something from you too, didn't she? That's what she does.
We're better off. This place, the lake, it gives you power.
Мне нравится, как он каждый раз вот через 10 секунд сразу.
Yeah, that's the one. She makes sure it
Пуньк.
comes out twisted and raw. Just ask the lamp lady. She knows what happened to that.
Зато теперь я могу
other rider.
прыгать.
She's been using you, boy, and you let her. You went and opened the door for her, didn't you?
Now, it was already open a crack. And whose fault is that? We're morally corrupt, disease-ridden, old and stupid.
Doesn't mean he had to open it all the way, goddammit.
Все, что ли?
So tired. Built the farm close to the lake. A place of power.
Постучи еще раз молоточком, пожалуйста.
We had
Хочешь, я
parties there,
попрыгаю?
man. You should go there and have a party.
Ой, извините, я на ваши настольные игры наступил. Вот тебе моя нога. Куда повернулся?
15 stitches and a concussion. Bob's dead now. Leukemia.
Stitches, snitches, and narcs, man. bad scene.
Ладно, пойду я займусь писательскими делами. Писательскими.
Good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to
А
make
теперь
you
работник на ресепшене.
Gotcha. Doc's got you looking
Идите сюда.
but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Промоем ваши мозги.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Я буду делать это очень медленно. Хотя нет.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
О, Мишка. Мишка косолапый. О, а тут QR-код есть. Кто хочет, может просканировать. Я не знаю, что там есть. Главное только на паузу нажать.
I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now. It was the only thing I could do with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Мне нравится, что он на все может запираться практически.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
В смысле, до тебя же вроде как это не останавливало. Эмерсон. Ух ты, консоль. Интересно, а в торрентах это можно найти? Есть консоль, но нет геймпада. Что делать? Night Springs The Video Game от Remedy. Почему я ее никогда не видел? Где она? Это тоже настолка. Ну или, типа, не знаю, больше смахивает на муравейник. Ладно, я пошел писать.
Белый лист вспыхнул перед глазами ослепительным светом. Руки безудержно затряслись. Уймитесь все. Уймитесь. А ну, положите на место. Брайт Фоллс — рок-н-ролльная столица Америки. Слушай, Уэйк, оставайся здесь. Я пойду гляну, что там творится. А ты просто занимайся своим делом и не буянь, лады?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, witch. Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are we? Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I could get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd be keeping them.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled adult diapered asses for us, since you're so tough, Birch.
И мы побежали в кабинет. Ключики у нас есть.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made at the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
Now, Mrs. Wake, can you tell me about Alan's problems?
He's more and more out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that lead to a conversation he would
Да, видимо, я один только такой наблюдатель за собой. В смысле, тут еще что ли было?
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, had a way with words. Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for, to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake, what would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems. Always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Let me out of here! Hartman, do you hear me? I'm gonna sue your crazy quack ass to shreds!
Барри заперли. Все.
Barry?
Что?
About time! Barry, man, am I glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman that son of a bitch who tells me you're here and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us. That'll teach her.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Крепко стоит на ногах. Гигантские коробки.
Это же все те страницы, что были при мне, и еще другие. Алан, прошу вас, вы снова срываетесь. Еще раз мне соврешь, и я тебе башку прострелю. Ну ладно, попытаться все равно стоило. Ладно, Уэйк, давай на чистоту. Давай работать вместе, ты даже не представляешь. Что? Хартман, заткнись. Барри, давай наружу, я догоню, иди за машиной, живо. Ой, Алан, давай просто иди, я сказал. Уэйк, послушай, ты совершаешь ошибку. Как ты не понимаешь, вместе мы сможем создать нечто невообразимо потрясающее с твоим-то талантом и моим...
Он думал. Улыбнулся, так главное такой. Хе-хе-хе-хе. Ой. Меня, походу, уже накрыло. Ау! Ну, я попытался. Залипательная реклама пошла. Японская.
Want access to thousands of applications? Verizon Wireless has you covered. Check out the latest games. Discover new music and old favorites. Social networking, sports scores, news. It's all at your fingertips. No matter what you're into, Verizon Wireless can satisfy your never-ending appetite for apps. Check out VCast apps and load up your phone.
все? Окей. 2 рекламы всего. Ау.
But the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh, God! Look at the house, Al! Look out!
А почему бы просто через ворота не перелезть? Ну, да, условности игры так не подразумевает паркур. Я бы просто перелез. Выберусь отсюда только. Я понял, сейчас бегу. Как вообще мог появиться человек сзади? Вот мне интересно. Не верь Эмилу. Такс. Вот такой неожиданный поворот. Ты идешь вперед, а к тебе идут назад. Сейчас будет мясо. Ну, я надеюсь, что будет. А если нет, то это уже хорошо. Намного легче идти будет. Похлопать надо. Браво. Красиво спел. Ау! Черт. Меня завалило стадо муравью. Тьфу. Ворон. Нравится, как переплеваются горы. Вот эти вот. Спасибо. Честно говоря, и даже не знаю. Я просто последнее время винду не обновлял, поэтому она у меня до сих пор висит. Где-то, можно сказать, месяца 2 или больше. Ну так она иногда либо она есть, либо ее нету, по-разному. Так, мне нужно поискать боеприпасы. Ну или листок бумаги. О, а это я не читал.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had.
Спасибо за подсказку.
Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry.
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Ал, сделай милость, скажи, что мы направляемся к ближайшему указателю. Вы покидаете Брайт-Фоллс. Мы направляемся на ферму Андерсонов. Вот чего такого я и не ждал. Знаешь что, ты мне по гроб жизни обязан. Если выпутаемся живыми, мне плевать, кто что скажет. Но я больше не на миг. Купишь мне в подарок солярий, я буду у него жить. чокнутый. О, тут ты прав, Ал, у тебя крыша поехала, ты точно самый чокнутый. Но может, когда имеешь дело с такой безумной хренотенью, по-другому и нельзя. Так даже легче, это все на самом деле Барри Элис. Элис вовсе не похищали. Она жива. Ал, откуда тебе знать? Я знаю, Барри, я смогу. И я. Нет, послушай, я могу ее вернуть, могу найти ее. В этом месте, в этом озере есть что-то особенное. Оно как-то влияет на произведения искусства. Созданные здесь, они воплощаются в жизнь. Сущность, чем бы она ни была, все выворачивает к своей выгоде. Вот почему творится вся эта хрень. Она использует мою рукопись, Ал. Я тебе верю. Как было с Томасом Зейном. Я тебе верю, может, ты и спятил, но тут с тобой не поспоришь. Творится какая-то чертовщина, и это факт. Андерсоны все знали, но уже слишком плохо соображали из-за лекарств и не могли мне ничего рассказать. Но они все записали где-то на ферме, они оставили сообщение. Берегись! Ал? Проклятие! Ал, отзовись! Ал, ты где?
I had lost my gun in the crash. Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Barry! Barry!
Oh, man, you're okay! Jeez, it's good to hear your voice! I was trying to get out of the car, but the ground gave way. Man, what a drop! Don't worry, your cutout is fine.
Forget that! Are you okay?
I hit some bushes, didn't get a scratch. There's no way you can climb down, though. It's like a sheer wall. Al! There's something moving down here!
Barry, it's a taken! Use a flare, Barry!
Yeah!
Barry, are you alright?
I'm good, Al! I'm great! Guess you never messed with anyone from New York City before, huh?
Ну вот он и бежит.
You're gonna have to find your way around to the farm, Al! I'll be waiting!
Barry, just wait for me, okay?
Al! I'm not staying here! It's suicide! I'm going to the farm! I'm gonna go ahead and secure the area. You can catch up. Don't worry about it. I'm on the case.
Now he's Rambo. This would turn into a disaster if I didn't catch up with Barry.
Рэмбо. Первая тень. Я хочу посмотреть, что там. А может, и не хочу.
I needed a light to destroy them to get through. I could sense the movement in the woods ahead. Facing the enemy without a weapon was dangerous, but I had no choice. Was driving away from the farm, headed in the same general direction as I was. For all I knew, it was Barry, caught in the consequences of leaping before looking. The car was heading for the cabin up ahead. It wasn't far. If it was Barry, I would see the damage soon.
I'm trying to deliver each page to the right time and place. I'm trying to show you how the story goes.
I had seen glimpses of the light before. I had seen it in my dream. It was a strange spaceman or a diver in a bulky suit. He was the one who'd been placing the pages on my path. Someone had left a gun behind. Now I had a fighting chance of reaching the farm. I could see the car, but there was no sight of the driver.
Hello? Anybody here? Barry!
No! Danny, you're not! Please! What are you? No! Don't! I'm sorry!
I know you. You were in jail the other day.
I went to the farm again for the moonshine, you know? It makes you see. They're not gonna miss it. They're in the loony bin. But my buddy, Danny, I lost him. Something's gone wrong with him. It's not him. Like a real bad follow-up to a real good movie. The best friend's suddenly the bad guy. Who wrote this crap anyway?
I've run through every possible course in my head. If I continue like the Dark Presence wants me to, the story I'm writing won't save Alice. It's a horror story, and it's going to kill her, and me, and everybody in this town. No one will survive. Darkness will consume everything. This is what it's wanted all along. It will be free, unstoppable. It used Alice to get to me, dangled her in front of me to keep me going. It was never going to release her. I'm going to change this. I'll escape. I've written myself into the story. I'm now the protagonist. This feels like a terrible risk, but it's the only way to save Alice. I'll be bound by the events of the story just as much as anyone else who's been woven into it. The story must stay true for this to work. There have to be victims along the way, near escapes, cliffhangers. In a horror story, it can't be certain that the hero will succeed or even survive. He almost has to die. I'll write my own escape into the story next. I need help. Zane's going to be the one who will help me. I'll make it happen.
The farm was still a good distance away. I'd need a car to get there fast. For a moment, Hartman considered strangling the idiot. Mott was mean-spirited, but easily manipulated, an emotional infant who lived for his approval. Wake, by contrast, was a far more difficult subject. Mott had given him too much leash. In 2 days, who knew what could happen? Hartman would have to find a way to rein him in, and quickly. Wasn't up here, he was probably in trouble down at the farm. For a moment, I felt bad for doubting him. After all, I'd made it this far myself. But Barry was Barry. Hartman had never felt as anxious as during the week after Maud had managed to lose the Wakes. Their car stood by the path that had once led to Diver's Isle. Hartman thought about Thomas Aine's cabin in the depths. It was only a matter of time before Wake started writing. They had to be found, and fast. The moment he heard on the police radio that Sheriff Breaker had picked up Wake, he was already in his car driving toward town. I'd known the brothers used to be some kind of rock stars, but it hadn't really sunk in until I saw the stage.
Ау, беги, они идут, их слишком много. Проклятие.
So glad you decided to go it alone, Mr. Johnson.
Shut up and shoot! Al! We have to fight them all! I can set off more of the fireworks from here and help you out! Hey, Al, did you notice there's a lot of ammo and stuff around? This is stopped! Al, hold on! I'll try to get the stage lights on!
Bright Falls, rock and roll capital of America.
Hey, Al! This way to the farm! See, bestseller? No reason to worry. Your cutout's good as new, right where I left it. I'll come back for it once we have the place secured.
Yeah, that's been my biggest worry all this time. We need to get this thing moved out of the way.
This is as far as I got before they ambushed me. I think Alan Wake here has something to say. What's that, Al?
Ooh, I'm Alan Wake. I'm always right about everything. And if I don't get my way, I'll sulk all day long. I'm always intense and moody. It makes me very attractive and mysterious. Right now, I'm just standing here because I need my best friend Barry to carry me. But that's okay. I can just take him for granted.
I think I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
You want me to do my imitation of Barry Wheeler? No? Thought so.
Wow! You look at that thing, Al? They really went all out with this Viking crap, didn't they? Look at all this stuff. They must have done okay for themselves. So how come I never heard of these guys before?
And this from the guy who learned about Ozzy Osbourne through reality TV?
Hey, remember when I got you that gig? Your first real writing job. What got you started? Was this one of your episodes?
Tonight's episode, The Dream of Dreams.
That's by someone else.
We join Mr. Jones as he explores the endless dreamscape, only to be brought to a sudden stop by a decidedly mundane situation. A long line of people.
Hey, Jones, right? Listen, we're gonna have to wait until his highness over there is good and ready. Oh, wow. Who's that? You don't know him? What are you, new? He's the guy dreaming us. Well, not just us. He dreams everything. All of this.
But wait, no. I'm the one who's dreaming. I'm asleep. Isn't this my dream?
Oh, yeah. Sure. Get real, pal. You're just another dream. I'm a dream. You're a dream. The weirdo in the diving suit is a dream. And the girl made of smiles and sunshine is definitely a dream.
But I'm pretty sure I'm dreaming this.
Well, maybe you're a really confused dream. What am I, a shrink? All I know is I'm going with the smart guys. And they say that's the guy doing the dreaming. Right there.
I don't know what that means.
It means we keep him happy. No sudden falls. We make sure he has his clothes on when he goes out in public. No chases where the monster is nipping at his heels and he runs like crazy, but his legs don't seem to get him anywhere. None of that. Because if he wakes up in a cold sweat... Yeah, precisely. So we wait till he wants to move on. Keep things nice and calm.
Hey, something's happening here.
Yeah? What's that?
What? Can't you hear that?
Oh, God help us, it's an alarm clock. Oh, it's you, isn't it? Please, man, I got a wife and kids. Please don't wait.
Viking boat looked imposing, almost like a battering ram.
I think we can make it through here, Al!
Those geezers had quite a production going on. Ooh, you know what, Al? If we make it through this alive, I'm gonna start representing them. Yep, sell this stuff online, maybe get a reality show going, release a new single.
Good luck with that, pal.
Hey, you find us a way out here, okay? I'm gonna take a closer look at this stuff.
The door was barred from the other side. I'd have to find another way.
Be careful, Al!
Keep your eyes open, okay?
As you regular listeners know, I tend to work through the night, but I'm not the only one. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton are taking a couple of moments off their busy schedule to join me here in the studio. Boys, how busy are you now? Deerfest is almost here, isn't it? I bet that keeps you in business.
Pretty busy, yeah. Actually, Pat, we've been real busy with other stuff, which concerns an ongoing investigation. We can't talk about that, Thornton. I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just saying we got, other irons to fry.
And how would you compare your workload to last year's? Things have seemed relatively peaceful to me, but people do tend to get a little wild this time of year.
Oh, it's wild, Pat. It's pretty wild. There's been all sorts of trouble this year. Vandalism, fighting, public disturbances. A lot of people gone missing, too. Yeah, it's pretty much the usual stuff, Pat. Just, a lot more of it.
Now, is it just me, or does Deerfest get wilder every year? More drunk, at least, or they start earlier and younger.
Well, it's definitely not just you, Pat, but definitely, Pat. Hey, I'm talking here, Thornton. Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Not just me.
Oh, yeah, it's wilder, Pat, but actually most of the trouble seems to be coming from grown men. People who ought to know better, Kids don't find us here.
Well, that's nice to hear at least. Boys, I want to thank you for stopping by. I'll let you get back to your patrol.
Sure thing, Pat. Yeah, sure thing, Pat.
I could see the building that had to be the Andersons' home on the other side of the field. It wasn't far now. I wasn't worried about trusting the ramblings of two burned-out geriatric wrecks. They had the goods. Got to be kidding me.
Is that you out there, buddy?
Yeah, it's me. Hang on.
Hey, let's go, man. I think we're gonna have to work together to open this gate, Al. It's pretty heavy. Hey, I think that's the farm on the other side of the field. We're almost there. This farm is a crazy place for crazy people.
We should feel right at home then.
Come on, one more gate. Let's do this thing. Lights are out. I guess we better check the fuse box.
The power downstairs was out, but I was sure I could fix that at the fuse box.
You know, this place looks kind of lived in. I thought the Andersons were in the booby hatch. Can you hear that, Al? Music?
Of course. We need to find where it's coming from. That's the message the Andersons talked about. That's the whole reason we're here.
Lady of the Light? Oh, that's gotta be what's-her-face, the crazy lamp lady from the town.
Cynthia Weaver.
Right. Must be.
А чтобы любовь освободить, от дома ведьмы ключ найти. Пресветлую леди ищи, обезумевшую в ночи. Пресветлую леди ищи, мятущуюся в ночи, свою судьбу переверни. Позвольте я скажу пару слов о своем личном опыте. Нужно найти Синтию Уивер. Переждем здесь. Ал, до рассвета еще далеко. Можем пока отдохнуть, я имею в виду напиться. Да ладно, Барри. Горело все огнем. Слушай, Ал, мне так жаль насчет Элис, правда. Я знаю, дела у нас не ахти, но мы ее обязательно найдем, правда? И хоть ты и чокнутый ублюдок, но я тебя не брошу. Что бы ни случилось, я с тобой, дружище. Потому что ты мне как брат. Я писатель, черт тебя дери. Если бы я захотел, я бы написал за год 10 книг, и это были бы лучшие книги года. Нет, не написал бы. Точно не написал бы, но мог, потому что я писатель. Что они туда кладут? У меня как будто мозги через нос вылезают. Ха-ха-ха-ха. Я вытрясу из этих старперов рецепт и сколочу состояние. Мне просто ее не хватает, Барри. Я просто хочу, чтобы она была со мной. Я знаю, Ал, я знаю. Мы все вернем на свои места. Нужно только время. черт?
Alice, I'm coming. It's all right. I'm coming.
It was a crazy drunken dream, and yet it was more than that. It was the truth, a suppressed memory unearthed by the Andersons' moonshine. I was there, an out-of-body observer. This was the night Alice and I had arrived at Bright Falls, the night Alice had disappeared. I had a chance to find out what had happened. I remembered being surprised to see the cabin dark. Alice would have never turned the lights off. I remembered thinking I caught a glimpse of her form underwater, sinking into the darkness. Diving after her was the last vague memory I had of that night. After that, the next thing I could remember was waking up behind the wheel of the crash car and finding the first pages of the manuscript. Beyond this lost memory, there was nothing. I had to follow the footsteps of my past self to find out what had happened that night. I couldn't find her in all that blackness. I must have thought she drowned.
Alice!
Jagger had Alice, and so she had me.
Alice!
I'd been easy prey.
Look at the cabin. Is there someone in the window?
Alice?
Maybe she didn't drown after all. Maybe she's inside.
Alice!
Yes.
The dark presence had touched me. She had dug her nails into my brain and used me, made me her puppet.
She must be here somewhere. Maybe upstairs in the study.
Alice!
Yes, that's where she is. You can apologize.
Alice!
You'll laugh at the whole thing together and put it behind you.
Alice?
She's not here. You were foolish to think so. No, she's dead. She drowned.
No, no, no!
It's your fault your wife is dead. You are guilty. All she wanted was to help you right. You killed her.
Ah!
Oh, hush. There's still hope. Cauldron Lake is a special place. Here, you have the power to change things. She wanted you to write. I will tell you what to do. You can write her back. The story will come true, and all will be well again.
She had Alice, and the manuscript was the ransom for her.
Да, я напишу. Я все исправлю, я верну ее. Нет, я это написал. Я все вспомнил. Я писал в полной темноте, писал целыми днями. Я почти закончил рукопись романа под названием «Уход». Джаггер была моим редактором и нашептывала, что писать, а что нет. Становилось все сильнее и сильнее. Я думал, что спасаю Элис. Хотя она и опутала меня своими сетями, но все же я сохранил какую-то долю рассудка и догадался написать про свой побег. Я приказал Свету наполнить дом и освободить меня прежде, чем я закончу работу. И напишу для своей страшной истории окончание, в котором тьма поглотила бы ее. Зейн находился далеко и был слаб, но я вписал его в эту историю, и его света хватило, чтобы освободить. Сейчас ее тут нет, я здесь, потому что так было написано. Я принес свет, чтобы освободить себя. Поспеши, она поймет, что я здесь. Давным-давно она украла облик моей Барбары. Она выглядит такой старой. Я очнулся, словно с похмелья. В голове царила тьма и страх. Оставалось только бежать. Неделя, проведенная в доме, брала свое. Я едва держался на ногах и легко терял сознание. Зейн заплатил страшную цену. Его швырнуло еще глубже во тьму, где он теперь ютился. Но он сумел ослабить темную сущность, сумел защитить меня той ночью. Это моих рук дело, это я во всем виноват. Вот именно, Джеймс Джойс, это ты виноват, и ты за все ответишь. Алан Уэйк. В предыдущих эпизодах Алана Уэйка под влиянием темной сущности я написал триллер, события которого разворачиваются в реальности. Джаггер была моим редактором, она нашептывала, что писать. Все же я сохранил какую-то долю рассудка и догадался, что делать далее. Вместе мы сможем создать нечто невероятное. Это озеро как-то влияет на произведения искусства, созданные здесь. Мама дала мне этот переключатель, он назывался щелкунчиком. Элис томится во тьме. Это ты виноват, и ты за все ответишь. Эпизод 5. Щелкунчик. Ну, мы ожидаем много народу из соседних округов. Естественно, мы надеемся побить рекорд прошлогоднего дня лося в озере. Леди и джентльмены, некоторые спрашивали у меня, почему День оленя так важен. Я скажу так: дружба и община. Вот что главное. Грядет большая вечеринка, но давайте потерпим до завтра и проведем эту ночь в потребном состоянии. Он у меня. Кто-нибудь придет за ним, когда настанет время, так сказал Томас. Он это написал. Ключ — это гарантия. Моя задача — хранить его в безопасном месте на свету. Всегда на свету.
All the manuscript pages were gone. The FBI agent had taken them.